Join me, guys, as I make the afang soup for my client. Now, the ingredients, I have the water leaf, and I have my blended oziza leaf, that's the afang leaf, as we all know, and I have my pomo already washed. I have my dry fish set and ready to be used. I have my stock fish ready and my Maggi seasoning. I have my pounded yellow pepper already, and I have my periwinkle washed very well. It took me a whole lot to wash this. And I have my grinded crayfish and my red oil, and everything is just set, waiting for the soup to be ready and to be eaten. So I started to use goat meat and shaki, and also inside the pot I added my yellow pepper grinded and my maggi and salt seasoning. So I'm adding it up. I don't have to add water. I'm adding my salt right now. I don't have to add any water. So I just have to allow the stock to get its water, the meat to get out its water. So I'll just stir it properly while on a low medium heat. I'll stir it properly to allow everything to be mixed very well. So I'm stirring it to allow every part of the meat to get both the maggi seasoning, the salt, and the pepper. And then after which I'll cover it for some minutes. I'll cover it. Okay, so after which I will get it covered. I'm still stirring it for it to get properly touched up with the pepper and everything, to avoid stories, guys, to avoid stories that maybe this meat is testing and this one. So after 10 minutes I was able to come check up my meat, and as you can see, the meat got its stock out, got some water out for me. And if you see what happened to my phone nearly got swallowed with the, well, I said the smoke that is coming out from the meat. But anyways, I had to put my stockfish, then I added a cup of water, and I covered it to cook for some period of time. Some persons don't add water, but me, I decided to add water because it's actually a family size order and I don't want any storage that is small. So I covered my pot, and after 5 minutes I came, I checked it. This is what I got out. So now this time around I had to check everything. Everything is actually doing great, as you can see. So now, about now, I added my pomo, then I added also my periwinkle into the meat. Added my periwinkle. So many persons don't use shelled periwinkle, but I decided to use it because the sucking of it, it's like it gives it this kind of, ooh, this kind of will I say, delicious vibe. Okay, so I added my periwinkle, guys, and after which I stirred it so that it can get the ingredients. I stirred up everything. I'm adding my periwinkle. This periwinkle took me a whole lot to wash, like the sand from it, but I was very careful to wash it to avoid any story that someone ate sand oil or ate any shell. So I stirred it. After stirring for, as you can see, this is how I'm stirring, so I will not, my stockfish will not get broken. So I was careful with my stirring and everything. So after which I allowed it to cook for some few minutes. Okay, after which I allowed it to cook for some few minutes. I covered it, and after some few minutes I came back. This is what I got. So now I added my water leaf, and I did not stir it. I just covered it. After adding my water leaf, I covered it for some few minutes. Now after some few minutes I came back. This is how it looks like. So I now started to now stir it properly with the proteins that are inside. Okay, so some persons stir their water leaf, but mine, I decided to do it this way. Some persons just add immediately and they stir, but me, I decided to do it this way, so that, because water leaf contains water, instead of you saying let me add water, just allow it like to cook, so that I can know if you add water, if the soup is too thick or not. So this is it now. The water leaf has actually brought out the water. Now I had to be very generous with oil, because afang soup demands a whole lot of oil. So I was pouring as if tomorrow no day. So I poured the oil and I put a little bit of a crayfish, and I did not put everything. I actually left some, reserved some for later. Okay, so I stirred it again to make sure that every part of the protein or every part of the things I've added is getting its right proportional ingredients. All right. Okay, so making avang soup was actually, anyway, I'll tell you that later. Okay, so After that, I added a little bit. When I tested my soup, I had to add a little bit of Maggi seasoning, and also I added salt, and I made sure that at least it had a very good, nice taste. All right. So as you're cooking, you just have to taste it along. So this time around, I'm adding my dry fish. Added my dry fish, and after my dry fish, I started to add. Okay, I stirred it again. After stirring it, guys, this is now the time to add the king of the soup. Who can tell me the king of the soup? Of course, is the Afang leaf. That's the Ozuza leaf, the blended Ozuza leaf. That's the Afang. So this time around, this is the time to bring out the king of the soup. What are we waiting for now? Okay, so this is the time. Okay, so now who is ready to see the king of the soup? Here, will I say here she comes, or here it comes? All right. Anyways, so I added the afang leaf, the blended afang leaf. I added it, and I now added my remaining crayfish and my remaining pepper, because it's been said that a soup that you are making and you add oil, it is still the oil will subsidize the pepper. So I had to add pepper at last, and after which I still added extra oil into it, because like I said, that function demands a whole lot of oil. And to be sincere, this is actually my first time of making a fang soup, and it turned out to be very nice. It's very, very great and awesome. And when it was being tested by my two wonderful spiritual parents, they said the outcome was awesome. Now this is delivering time. I'm actually walking out majestically out of my house to deliver.